All right. We're here. We made it. Who we got out here? Who do we have out here tonight? Dune podcast here, guys. Ooh, I think the phone died. Man, try to get a couple people here before we start. Try to get a few people in here before we. Who do we have out here tonight, everyone? That thing seems kind of bright. My It's because my screen is so bright over here on this side. The white screen. The top screens are all. I hate white website screens like that are so bright. It's washing out everything. Man, what do we got going on here tonight, guys? We got ourselves some stuff going on. We got ourselves some Dune news. My glasses, of course, are reflecting everything. But that's fine. We got a little bit of Dune news, nothing too crazy. It's a little interesting screen rant. Oh, before we do that, though, actually. Before we get too far into this. Well, I know people are still joining in. We're going to. I gotta set my monetization up on the stream, which I don't make much anymore. My channel's kind of slowed down a lot since the game came out and all that. Not a whole lot of Dune news, other than some cool merch coming out, which we're gonna talk about. Guys. Man, what's going on out here? What we got going on? Anybody in the chat yet? Anybody in the chat yet? I don't see anybody. Hey, we got somebody followed us on TikTok. Hey, welcome. Yeah, we're going to talk about some news here, guys. Some news. Not for once, we're not really going to talk about Dune. If you're earlier, I live streamed Dune Awakening, but we're not here to talk about Dune Awakening this evening. Interestingly enough, we're here to talk about other Dune stuff. So if we can get some people in here into the stream, we get I know Lumber Dan might show up in here. Let's see here. Let's get this set. I don't know what. I guess it'll just be Dune. Yeah. I don't know what the category for my little podcasts are. I don't know really what they're considered on. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know. Let's see here. Ooh. Ad remove. Oh, right here. Yeah. So what's going on out there, everyone? Anybody have any questions about anything Dune that I might be able to answer before we start getting into the news here, or anything like so? So we're gonna do. I guess we'll just do. I don't know. Is Dune considered a film, an animation, or is it under entertainment? Probably just entertainment. That'd be fine for YouTube, anyways. For YouTube purposes here, guys. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know what it falls under. I really don't know what it falls under. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I really know. Don't really know. All right, so getting into this, guys. Getting into this stuff tonight. Man, I was hoping some more people would show up here in the live stream, but and no one's really talking. So we're gonna jump straight into the film rant or screen rant article talking about Nolan versus Villeneuve, which is the 21st century's best sci-fi director. That's a good question. I would say, just off the top, Nolan has probably better action scenes in his movies overall, generally speaking. Whereas Villeneuve has much better, richer science fiction, uh, like depths for the especially science fiction kind of movies. Um, as far as like actually more, you know, Asimov esque, what's the word? Arthur C. Clarke esque feel to them. Villeneuve has that kind of locked in better. So they have their both have their ups and downs. Because some of the action, Villeneuve's not. He always has. If you're noticing his movies that have action in them, the action's always short. Usually, for the most part, there's not extended action scenes. Usually, it's not the main focus of the movie. The world building and the characters usually are more of the even like for instance Dune Part 2, the Battle of Eric Keene, that felt really short, you know, to me. And that was like at the end, basically they saw at the end of Dune Part 2, they get in and then before you know it, like within like 45 seconds, maybe a minute, boom, they're in the palace taking over. So that was a thing. I was like, really? It was that easy. But in the book, it really was that easy for them to get in. They really just blew right through the Chom forces and the Sardaukar and all that. In the book, it was Chom that had their flag up. If you for the book readers in the original Dune book, when they get there, it wasn't the Carino flag they had out. It was the Chom flag, and they were like, "Oh, that's bold." So Chom was the giant corporation in Dune that controls all the mercantile and the spice trading and all that kind of stuff. So basically, they were saying, "Oh, we're here. We're the ones that are running the show, not the emperor." It was kind of an interesting little thing in the book. It was very in passing. If you didn't notice it, if you read the book, you might not have remembered that if you read it only once. But there's a little scene in the book that was very interesting about that. I thought that was cool. But because Chom's my favorite organization in Dune, that's my favorite. I have a T-shirt. Anyways, getting past that. But so Christopher Nolan, this is all my opinion, by the way. Christopher Nolan, I think has better action scenes in his movies. He does action a little bit better itself. Imagine, I wonder what a Dune would have looked like. That would have been trippy, right? If Nolan had to Dune, what would his Dune look like? I bet you his Dune wouldn't have been as close to the book, I don't think. I think Villeneuve's is probably closer. Dune Part 1's closer to the book than Dune Part 2, even though it's still got a lot of stuff messed up with it as far as the book goes. Like Lady Jessica, how she becomes the Reverend Mother and all that stuff. That whole scene in the book that's different. It's basically a big old cave party in the book when she drinks the water of life and transmutates the poison. It's like a giant cave party, and then they all get high on the spice that she changes. Paul drinks it, and then then he starts seeing like multiple. He doesn't know what vision is real, what's not. I don't know if you guys remember. He gets all high on the spice, the water of life that the mother changes. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, that in the book, they didn't do any of that in the movie. They got close to it, but not really. They had a cave, so at least they had a cave. See, that's supposed to be Chani in there. Chani is supposed to be Sayadina. They totally changed that from the movie. She's supposed to be in the cave helping give Lady Jessica, along with the dying Reverend Mother, she's supposed to be in there at the ceremony, giving her water of life to Lady Jessica. And that part of the book, they totally changed it. And that whole Chani was the weakest part of Dune Part 2, the character. How much they changed her compared to the book. She was changed the most, I would say. She's not some you know, she was totally, what's the word? I wouldn't say annoying, but I hate to be like that, but she was annoying to me compared to the book. She's just like questioning every little thing. She's not like that in the book. She questions at the end when Paul takes, uh, when Paul kind of takes on um, Irulan as his bride, and then Chani's like, "What the hell?" And then they just takes her to the side and is like, "Listen, this is all show. Don't worry. You're the concubine, but you're the one that's actually gonna be giving him children, and the one that you're essentially married to. He's just gonna marry Irulan for paper, on paper." And then she's like, and the book like pretty much ends right there. That last little discussion. So the book ends with Chani and Lady Jessica for the most part, but she was like, but they're all the other apprehension and her just fighting back everything in the movie. None of that's in the book, and she's actually a Sayadina. She believes in all this stuff. So they kind of botched that in the movie. But oh well. I read an art. I think I read an article Villeneuve said talking about that, about um, he wanted to make her the kind of the vector of the questioning vector of Paul, and is he really, because he's not a messiah, so it was supposed to be like conveyed to the audience like, hey, Paul is not the guy. In real life he's just gonna become a dictator, which he does. But I mean, what else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do? I mean, let him kill you? Let the emperor and all them get you? Because I mean, once he sees the golden path and all that, or once you see the path, there's no other path that has you and your family living. So I mean, what do you do? You're kind of stuck with like, oh crap. Well, the only way my family's gonna live is if I become this crazy space dictator. So I guess that's what I got to do. Interesting, right? Anyway, yeah. So this article, uh, Chris Nolan and Denis Villeneuve share a place as two of the most acclaimed 21st century film directors. We were just talking. They are like basically the only good directors right now. I mean, maybe who's the guy directed? I can't think of his name right now. He directed that Weapons movie was pretty good. Who directed that? The guy who directed Star Wars, Gareth Edwards, I think that's his name. I think that's, yeah. He did The Creator. But the thing is, he has a couple movies that suck. So, but he's a good director. The Creator and Rogue One are his best movies. So I guess that's really the only two movies. And Godzilla was okay. But other than that, he doesn't have anything too good, I guess. The new Jurassic World Rebirth was like just not horrible. It just was bland. It was like just predictable. You could tell the studio, because he's a good director, so you can tell the studio got their hands on that one. Make it all predictable and all that. We want the kids to like it and all that kind of thing. That's what they did. And instead of making like the creator was awesome. My kid liked that movie actually. When we went to watch that in the theater, he actually liked that one. Which is weird because I can never get him to the theaters even for kid movies. He doesn't like regular kid movies. I think he liked the creator because it reminded him of Skibidi Toilet. That's why. Oh man, old Skibidi. Yeah, I mean, we don't have anybody in here, dude. Am I just gonna end this live stream early? No one's chatting. Nothing. I might just end up calling this live stream because I was gonna go over it, but no one's in here. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, and if I don't get anybody chatting in here or anything, I'm just gonna end it. I'm going 20 minutes already, and not one person has said a word. So, let's see here. Yeah, not one chat yet. And I got 2 people watching. Yeah, I think this is gonna be. I'll give it. Oh, Lumberdan's here. Okay, Lumberdan. Well, Lumberdan, this might be short because you're the only guy here. So I'm just gonna jump straight to the cards because if nobody's gonna join this stream, I'm just gonna. Yeah, the channel's not doing too well, Lumberdan. Honestly, I don't really. I might end up just going back to doing videos and lives and kind of switching away from streaming the game. And then, yeah, so I'm looking at changing the focus channel back to just Dune, and then maybe do a video here or there of Dune Awakening, and just play the game off stream, and switch back to videos and these weekly podcasts. So, because I soaked up months and months of my content was all Dune Awakening, and that wasn't really the main focus of this channel. So, we're gonna get to the Dune card. So tops. Let's see here. We'll go to the main top search. Here, that's so the original. This give backstory. Dune Part 2 came out, and then about a month, 2 months later, 2024, the Dune Part 2 cards came out. Okay, which we've all seen. I don't understand. I didn't even. I'm part of the Reddits. I'm part of all that, and I didn't even have no warning, dude. I didn't even know that the pre-order. We missed the pre-sale. Was on the 16th. I missed it by a day, and I was like, what? I don't even know how I saw it. I wish I would have been paying attention. Anyways, I told you earlier, I got a lot of stuff going on. So this is the original cards, which I have a bunch of graded already. Okay, so we already know all that. The original 2024 cards came out when the movie came out. These were 2,000 total cards, a set of 10. And that was it. And they have the parallels, and very hard to get now, the original Dune cards. And then Misbehaving. Oh, you don't like the game? I like the game. My complaints with Dune Awakening is I wish it looked like the movie aesthetics, like the characters and everything, but that's just a nitpick. And then they need weekly events. They need a weekly event to make people go out there and do stuff. Like they need like a they have the testing stations, but they need something else that like happens. They started trying to do that with the Chome, not the Chome, but those guns, which was like annoying. Those guns shooting everywhere, the Chome guns. I was like, ugh. So that was kind of annoying. I went and got that grinded that out, but they need that. They need it every week, something like that going on. And not in Haga Basin, but in the deep desert. That was to force people to go to the deep desert. So, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. And the game's not doing. Doesn't look. I'm being honest. I don't think the numbers are not doing well right now. It was Saturday today. I saw like 19,000 people on. So player count's not doing well, unfortunately. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they're going to collapse the servers and consolidate them or what. I don't know what's going to go on. Why is my thing is not charging? Hold on a second, guys. My phone is not charging. There it goes. So, but I'm still loving the game, myself, and I'm still playing the DLC and doing all the side missions, but I'm just not really sure. People still play Conan, right? So if we look up Conan, Steam charts, that one's pretty down low. 6,000 players on Conan Exiles. So I guess that's I guess 19,000 is good for them for Funcom. They probably knew that was going to be the resting numbers. So I guess if that's the resting numbers, they we were discussing that earlier. I know I got off track from the Dune cards, but we'll talk about that in a second. I wanted to address this um, because you know I am also a little worried about the player count, and then yeah, the game will technically get better as long as they can keep what they have right now, about 20K, between 20 and 30,000, this going. I think they'll be okay. Yeah, I don't really know. Um, I don't understand why the player count is. I just think the game is maybe overwhelming for people to get into. I don't know. It's not because it's not much of a grind, not like Ark or those other games are. So you can get up to tier 6 like somewhat easy. I mean, it's really when you get to that tier 5 point and you have to start going into the shoal to get the duraluminum, that it gets a little tricky. Once you figure that out, I mean, it's easy as flying there with the radiation suit. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm still loving the game. I don't know why. I'm surprised it's not doing better, personally. I guess it's just the wars, they the way that you make the factions is not very good, I think. Too much ganking, like not ganking. Ganking's okay, I guess, but there was too much griefing, I think, a lot in that game, and I think that scared a lot of people off. Then they went through and banned all those people. So then are cheaters. So I think there's like a couple things going on with that game early on, which I think the cheating is pretty much cut out now. I guess they had something to do with the family sharing. Like people were exploiting that somehow, giving the game away for free. Is that what that was? I don't know if that was a exploit or just it was people were playing the game for free. Essentially, I don't really know. Um, but and they had all the exploits, the duplication, the duping. Then you had like all the people like could steal your vehicles, and then which is not supposed to be a thing in the game. And then they adjusted the PvP. So what happened? My personal kind of chain of events, do I understand it? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Is that there was exploiting, all this griefing was going on. Normie players were just getting griefed and ganked, and then they quit. They all left, and then the griefing ganking people were like, "This game sucks. They're not. There's no one here to play anymore." Yeah, because you freaking ran them all off. And then that's where we are now. They try to do a couple tweaks with the moving the D level up to Echo line in the map and try to put more resources for single player players, but I think all the griefing people ran all those people, the early people off, and they never came back to the game. They're just like, hey, I don't want to play this. Every time I take step one foot outside my base, I just get instantly killed by somebody. Yeah, so and there's only so much you can do in Haga Basin after a while, right? So they need more stuff to do in DD. That's the answer. They need more things going on in the deep desert. You got to have some sort of um, weekly events other than the testing stations. You got to have some kind of bases to raid, some kind of random base that pops up somewhere out there or something. Yeah, I don't think they're selling new copies. I don't know if they are selling new copies of this game or not. Yeah, you're right about that. It's not a subscription, so they're not really having to count on player count. They're just you're. I mean, that's true. They're counting on people buying the game and not necessarily playing it. But once they get the no fly zone and the battleground stuff going, what they're talking about, I think the game will pick up. But that would be cool if they had like a little, I mean, a shorter term. Uh, what's the word? Um, I call it a I mean, they sold a heck of money. They sold a hell of copies. They made money off the game already. I know that. I'm pretty sure they made money. I'm pretty sure they sold. I don't think they sold over a million copies of the game by June, and that was like a month after launch or whatever. Or that was launch, right? June. 2 weeks. They sold a million copies of the game in 2 weeks, so I think they had made their money already on the game. So, uh, and I bought a copy. I got a copy. My kids got a copy. I bought a copy for my other son. But yeah, yeah. I think if they add, if they're adding more vehicles slowly, if you added a couple more cool vehicles, and then you you have a weekly event going on in the deep desert along with the wipes. Like you have a timed spice field. You have a timed. I have this idea that I've been saying over and over again. You have an industrial spice harvester out there in the deep desert, and it's a control point, and everyone rushes out to fight over it. If you win, you get control of it, and you get to drive it around for whatever, like an hour. Control your crew. You can control it and get, you know, 200,000 spice in a run instead of just 50,000 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then people, but while you're driving it, other people can come and try to get it from you. So you have to have a big, crew to defend it too. So that'd be kind of, I don't know. It's just this is something, and that could be like a weekly event kind of thing or whatever. And that's treasure hunting maps maybe with big kind of better treasure hunting. Uh, Not just the testing stations, but like above the surface too. Like you get a map and it doesn't tell you, you know how you had to find the how you had to find the what's the word, the trials in the Haga Basin, that with a map only in deep desert, and it's a location where there's a treasure and you got to go find it, but you blow it away, and it has something better than just normal hidden buried treasure. That would be cool. I don't know, just some ideas. They should take the Sea of Thieves ideas and put them in this game. You should take things like Sea of Thieves does, the little treasure hunting and the freaking that kind of thing, and then special like chome missions, which we kind of had, but they do it so limited. I don't know. That's just me. I know they're gonna add stuff, but I'm just, I'm just thinking from perspective because I'm fine with the game personally, but I'm just trying to see, like, I'm thinking for as an outside person, devil's advocate, like what they should do. And I know it's time consuming. Anyways, let's get back to the cards. So going back to the cards, Lumberdan got me on tangent. Actually, Lumberdan didn't do that. It was this gentleman misbehaving. I don't know if they're still in here watching. Appreciate your comment though. If you do like this channel, make sure you subscribe. I don't even know if my stuff's working because I haven't seen one subscription yet. No, nobody's subscribed. I think my stuff's still working. My little subscription animations, I don't know. We'll find out here when one pops off. Let's see here. Oh, we're going to talk about the cards here. But that's just my little take on that. Real quick. Yeah, I think we're still on. We're good. All right, so these cards I'm showing you right here, of course, I got them back here and then over here. Like, okay, we're established with that. I'm not going to go over my card collection for this series. Now they came out with a Chrome set. So Chrome is usually a bigger set, and usually Chrome sets you can buy in stores. Everything I've checked on said these will be, not these, but the new ones will be in stores. So the new 2024 Dune Chrome set. A long time ago, I saw a post that said they're probably going to come out with a Dune Chrome set, and I was like, okay, well, I don't know when that's going to happen, right? Well, it hit. The pre-order hit. They're not out till October 10th, I believe. And the new cards are a 90 base set instead of 90 base cards. And if let's look at we can look at some of the cards here. Where's the here if we look at the set here. Let's read the description first here. So the 2024 Dune Chrome marks the first ever Chrome trading card product from the 6-time Academy Award winning film, bringing the epic world of Arrakis to the collectors in stunning Chrome style. Chrome is just like their version of cards that are like, I guess, a little bit shiny. But I have the Chromes. I have a bunch of these Star Wars Chrome cards that I collected last year that I got here that are kind of cool. I didn't get any good signature cards. I bought them in the store. I got a bunch of boxes of them. But the problem with those cards are that there's a ton of characters, like from the TV shows and the stuff that like I'm just like, I don't care. Anyways, I don't know who they are. I don't think they're worth that much money either, unless you get the real good signature cards, which I never got a signature card. I think I got some of the red chrome foil cards, whatever, but they're like they got Vader and got a couple ones like that, but they look that's what these will look like. They're thin. They're not thick like the ones I got. They'll be the regular size cards. Anyways, each hobby box. So they're gonna come in a hobby box, or they're gonna come in a. I'll show you in a second. Let's go to products. Dune doesn't show up in here usually. Let's see if it shows up. Okay, here they are right here. Got it. These two right here. So they're going to come in this hobby box with 10 packs or a value box, which is 5 packs. I think I can't remember what it says. They're sold out on pre-order, yeah. But let me see here. So the hobby box is right here. One Sandworm Ray Wave, so 4 cards per pack, 7 packs per. Oh, so this one has 7 packs, and the other one has 10. Oh, and this is different. This is only 4 cards per pack, while the other one is 5 cards per pack. Got it. Right here, look. Orders placed during this pre-order window are scheduled to advance ship October 10th. In efforts to assure, yeah. So within a case, pre-order items will ship. Requires login, description. All sales are final. Specs. It doesn't really say here either if they're going to be in stores. But it did say before they were going to be in stores when I typed it over here. Will here it says they're not going to be in stores. Pre-order started. Here it says they're not going to be in stores, so we might be out of luck here on these guys. In stores. Yeah, so I might have to get on this sooner than later. But anyways, yeah, so here it's saying they're not going to be in stores. I'll look into this. When I'm looking right here, it says it's not going to be in stores, so you might only be able to get these online. Which that sucks. If that's the case, because they're gonna be sold for, well, I'm already gonna buy some, guys, on eBay if that's the case. So I can't have a Dune channel without some of the new Dune cards. But luckily, these won't be as marked up, I don't think, as the ones I had. Because there's gonna be a lot more cards. So I don't know how many total cards they're printing now. It doesn't say. Any. Right. What you said, right? Total cards. It doesn't say. It doesn't say here, guys. So it says it's a 90 card base set. Okay. 35 character cards and 65 scene cards. Got it. We know. Okay, we got that. We're going to pull that up on the screen here in a second on the other one. We're going to pull up the checklist here, guys. So we have the checklist right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Here, we're talking about the checklist for the Dune Tops cards that are coming out on the 10th of October, which apparently I thought they were coming out in stores, but it looks like they're not. So I don't know. So it might be kind of. We'll see how this goes. So the hobby box and there's a hobby box with 10 cards, 5 cards per pack, and then they had a value box with 4 cards per pack of 7 packs. So yeah, that's what's coming out. Just be on the lookout. I don't know. It looks like I'm kind of disappointed now if they're not going to be in store, which I thought they were. They need to do something about this scalping stuff, man. Yeah, that sucks. Let's see here. But good news is though, I don't think they're going to be as expensive. So we can look at eBay here, and we can kind of look at what people are. They're already pre-selling these things on eBay, even though they're not even out yet. Let's see what pops up here. That's not so bad. I'm looking at some of the prices here. They're not marking them up too bad, guys. Yeah, so that's good. Because I think the hobby box was like $130, and I see like a $40 markup on some of these eBays for like 180, 170. So that's not that bad. Compared to the Tops Dune regular Dune cards, they're marked up to the thousands, guys. Right now, one pack of that is going for $4,500 on one pack, and I think I ended up opening 5 packs of those. I didn't pay those prices, that's for dang sure. But now I have 2 of the gold foils on that original, so that's good. There was no signature cards with that set. There was no these have the signature card. So if you get the signature card on one of these, if you get one of the spice signature cards, that's probably those will be marked up once they're found. So that'll be worth money. But they're going to be rare and hard to get out of these boxes. I'm going to try and find out how many total boxes of these were made. I don't know how many total. The odds, I guess. We can look at the odds. So right here, the base cards. Let's see. We're looking at this. I don't know what this number means right here. So base card cast story rainbow refractor 1 of 1. 1 out of 3. Base card cast story Arrakis beige pulsar. There isn't. Oh, that's the odds. Okay, so 1 out of 33,000. I don't know how to read this really. Oh, Dune Sculptor's Wall Superfractor, 1 out of 61,000. Wow. How many of these cards do they sell online? How many? I wonder how many they sold. They must have sold so many boxes of these. That means these are not going to be that expensive to get resale on eBay, guys. Like right here, Steel Suit Relic Superfractor, 1 out of 494,000. How many of these boxes do they sell? Right here, Quad Booklet Autograph Superfractor Planned Redemption. That's also 490,000. So is that how many cards total are out there? Or packs? Or whatever are out there? 490,000 packs? I don't know how that works. Hobby distributor, Chrome hobby distributor, a direct value box. So the value box and then distributor box. There must be tons of these boxes out there. They'll be available to get everyone. So I won't be too. I don't think they'll be too hard to get on eBay for a resale. So these odds, I don't know how these odds charts work, guys. Anybody out there, trading card people? I'm gonna have to look into this. And then let's see. That's a lot more cards to look into than I became an expert on the other Dune's top cards, and there was only 10 cards, 2,000 total cards. With this one, I have no clue. Those ones are so yeah. I'm not too worried about this set, this series of missing out on whatever on the pre-order because the fact that they're not going to be as rare as the original set that I already have. So most of these cards will never get above value of like 99 cents or whatever because of the base cards especially. We care about those super fractors. These 1 out of 490 these are the ones that are going to be worth the most money. These one out of 494,000. So the Authentics Brelix autograph. Plan Redemption. Let's see what else. The Spice autographs right here. 1 out of 289. 1 out of 30,000 right here. What's this? That's a Dune autograph superfractor right there. 1 out of 30,000. That's gonna be good. Those are gonna be good to get. Yeah. So yeah, we'll figure that all out. How many total boxes they are making for this? Looks like there's gonna be a lot. I'll look into it this tomorrow. I can probably ask Chat GPT or something. But Chat GPT is the one who lied to me and said they're going to be coming in the stores. Deeper dive here. So a 90 card base set. We're going deeper dive on Google right now, guys. So there's 90 card base set, 35 cards featuring characters from Dune, 65 cards capturing scenes from the film. Beyond the base set, other cards include insert sets. These feature special cards like Art of Dune, Dune acrylics, adversaries, behind the scenes of Dune, and Dune sculptors. Autographs, cards signed by the cast members with variations such as dual autographs and rare spice autographs. See, that's the one you're going to get, the rare spice autographs. Relics, special cards that contain authentic pieces of movie memorabilia, including spice from the film, still suit material, and manufactured character medallions. Refractor parallels, a wide variety of refractor cards exist for the base set inserts and autographs cards with differing levels of rarity. So yeah, man, I'm excited about these guys. I'm gonna have no choice. I have to order some of these on eBay resale, and then get them graded. Let's see here, and then we'll do unboxings, guys. More unboxing videos for the channel. That'll be awesome, like the old days. And then Dune card giveaways. Yeah. Maybe just in time for the movie or whatever next year or whatever. I'm excited. So let's go and ask the guy. All right, let's see if this works. I had to switch to my mic died here, guys. So I had to go to this freaking. Here, let me turn this down a little bit. It's loud. There we go. How's that? Oh, now you guys are gonna hear my background. Yeah, I don't know what the heck. I don't know what the heck's up with this. My dumb mic. It does this all the time. Let me try and switch back to it and see if it. Because I have my my sound my noise canceling on there. Okay, let's see if it came back. Okay, it came back. So switching back to that. I have my backup here just in case. So I know I have a backup. Anyways, yeah. So Number Dan, what do you think about these cards? Let's go look. We can take a look at them. Oh, here's the list right here. So you have Chani, you have all these characters: Paul, Chani, Lady Jessica, of course, all the main. Every character, really. There's Paul Atreides twice. The story the story cards. House Harkonnen's reign on Arrakis. Paul studies Arrakis. Dude, I want these cards so bad now. Oh my god! And now the fact that I know I can't order them, I missed the pre-order. I could have ordered 100 boxes of these damn things. Ugh, what a nightmare! I wonder if they're gonna sell and retail at all. This seems like you should have been able to buy them in store. They should have only sent these in stores. I think they must make so much money off these things, dude. My Arrakis, my Dune. That's my saying, dude. I love that. I want that card. They have so this covers Dune Part 1 and Part 2 in these cards. It's both movies. So the insert cards, Dune sculptures, Lady Jessica. So they have all these different cool cards. Adversaries cards. Yeah, there's no way you'll ever get a whole set of all these things. You might be able to get a whole base set of characters though. Maybe I'm gonna strive for that probably. Try to get an entire 35 of the base characters. Yeah, it looks like it looks like unfortunately they're only on eBay. Wow, that sucks. But the good news is you have a lot more cards when you buy a box, not like the one pack I was paying for. So if I buy that hobby box resale for whatever price, a markup of whatever, you're getting a markup for $40. You're still getting like there's 10 card. How many cards were 5 cards? You're getting 50 cards in there. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to get. Oh man, that's. I'm gonna get as many as I can, I guess. I mean, I guess it should be cheaper just to wait online and rebuy the ones you want. I might try to go for that a full 35 set eventually of the base cards. Those will probably be cheap to get. These will probably end up being cheap, like $1 on eBay or whatever. Get those graded. Let's see here. Behind the scenes card, Art of Dune, Spice cards. These are the ones with the spice cards right here, guys. Look at that. These are all going to be spice cards. The acrylics, Dune acrylics cards, autographs. These will be so now you're getting into the more resale heavy. So these autographs will be basically worth a lot more money. Josh Brolin signed them. Jason Momoa. There's no Timothy Chalamet card, huh? There's no Rebecca Ferguson. Paul Bullion, Spider Car, Spice autographs. So we have Christopher Walken again. We have Josh Brolin again. David Dashmalshin. Oscar Isaac. We got Rebecca Ferguson. And then there's still no Timothy Chalamet on here. He probably wanted too much money for the signature, I bet. Dude, he didn't sign any of them. We got Stellan Skarsgård in here. Dual autographs. Wow. Oh, there's no what's her face? There's no Chani. I can't the Zendaya. There's no Zendaya in here, and I don't see Princess Irulan. I don't see a oh, what's her face? Oh, these okay, dude. These cards are not gonna be as hard to get as the other cards because there's no Chani, there's no Zendaya, there's no Timothy Chalamet, and there's no what's her face. I can't think of her name right now. Oh, and there's also no. Oh no, wait, Austin Butler. Is Austin Butler got? Is he got a signature? I don't see a signature card from Austin Butler either. No fade. Oh man, that's jerks. What a bunch of jerks. I want more money. Oh wait, Spice Relic, but that's not a signature. Autograph Relic. Nope, that was it. That was the end. These are gonna be the hard ones to get. Dune Authentics Relics autographs right here. So these are gonna be the big resale cards right here. More than likely, I'm guessing Rebecca Ferguson will be the biggest out of those, and Oscar Isaac. No, probably Momoa. Who's more popular, Momoa or Oscar Isaac? Probably Jason Momoa, right? Out of this group, probably Rebecca Ferguson's the top dog out of this, dude, for a signature card. If you can get that autograph relic, that's going to be probably the top card in this series. Yeah, so there's no Timothy Chalamet, so that's not that serious, guys. Okay, cool. Well, that's kind of the Dune news I have going on tonight, guys. Didn't have many people watching the stream. Hope they add mod stuff. I don't think they're gonna add mods to this game to Dune Awakening at all. They have some things you can do, like you can turn their storms off and things like that, right, on the private servers, but that's about it. Or you can make it like all PvP. They're not gonna have mods where you can basically. I don't think I don't know. I doubt it because they don't control those private servers. Those are all third party, right, Ran? Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do any of this, man. With the to keep the game going, they were trying to do something different with this game, and I like it, but I guess a lot of people are not staying in the game. So I don't know. Any questions, guys? I think that wraps me up here. I've been going an hour. I gotta go to bed. I stayed up later than I normally do just to show you guys the cards. There's other Dune news right now. I have my Dune. Go check out my Dune. All the news for Dune Part 3 video I have up. If you have not watched it yet, I think it's probably one of my better videos. So go to Arrakis Central, my YouTube, and then I have this video right here, Dune Part 3, everything we need to know so far. So go check that out. My last 3-4 videos have been a lot better quality. I'm really proud of my History of the Landrads video, and it has a whopping 357 views. Dude. At least at least I broke 1,000 with the Dune Part 3 stuff, so that's good. Yeah, the channel is not doing good right now. I was doing pretty good in July. Um, and when I was dumping a lot of shorts out, I was dumping a lot of shorts, and unfortunately, that's what gets the views. Regular videos don't get the views no more. And yeah, I had some shorts that had some massive views, dude. Um, 25K views there. That was when the game first came out, so the game was hyped, dude. My shorts still get views, so maybe I should just start pumping out a bunch of shorts. Um, yeah, I gotta go back and pump more shorts out for this Dune Part 3. Oh, I'm gonna work on the Dune House Atreides. It's almost gonna be like a book review, but a little bit lore and spoilers in it too. So add to the lore of Dune for you guys. And then I'm reading House Harkonnen right now. Gonna try and get that out. And yeah, go from there. Oh, and also they have a making of Dune Awakening book coming out, which is pretty cool. I guess that'll be in stores. Well, we'll talk about that next time. But yeah, until then, guys, I'm about to cut the stream short and call it an evening. Yeah, it didn't get a whole lot of people watching the stream tonight, so yeah, a couple people in there. Yep, just keep an eye out for these cards. They're coming out October 10th, whether or not they're on eBay or whatever resale. I'm definitely getting some, guys. So if you just want to wait until I open them up, and I'll probably do videos on it. I'll do lives and videos and shorts on them. So yeah, that'll probably be October. That'll be my thing. These cards will be my thing for the month. Probably be pumping out a bunch of videos on them. So I love the collectibles. Dune collectibles. That's my favorite part of Dune is all the collectibles. So you can see all my little cards. They're all graded. Got all my stuff back there. Yeah, guys. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Stay tuned. I'm probably not gonna live stream tomorrow. I'll be just work on videos. I need to try and work on this House Atreides video, and then another lore video maybe. Gotta just. I honestly need to knock out a couple of these a week, or else my channel's gonna flounder. So it's my own fault. I should be really honestly, if I was getting a video a day out, that would be better. But I won't be able to ever be able to do that unless I do little short ones, like little 1-2 minute videos. I guess I could try to do that. What I usually do, guys, I make a long, well-made video, and then I cut it into shorts. I make shorts out of that video, and that seems to be my strategy. So, and that worked good in the past. So, all right, everyone. I will see you later. Be looking out for shorts, other updates, and I'm still deciding whether I'm gonna do a live stream of playing one of the board games. But I'm by myself. I don't have anybody to play with, so that's kind of weird. But maybe I'll do an unboxing video of the Risk. I did a Monopoly one. Maybe I'll do the Risk. I have the Risk up there. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. And I got Dune Imperium, the actual board game, not just the digital. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, everyone. I will see you guys. Some of the cards here. These cards. Here's some of the cards. Yeah. See, there's Duncan Idaho signature card. Rebecca Ferguson. Pretty cool. Oh man, I'm pumped. I can't wait for those. Man. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Good evening.